Hi, welcome to another episode of Talk with Confidence. This is where we have inspirational conversations with inspirational people. Today I have a truly inspirational guest in studio with us. His name is Mr. Masters Montsho. Sir, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, it's good to have you here, my brother. How are you?
I'm great. I can't complain.
Wonderful, wonderful. Masters Montsho, you are an author as well as an entrepreneur. Am I right?
Yes, definitely. I'm actually an author and an entrepreneur.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's my space.
I see a stack of books on the table here. But before we get to the book, I want to discuss your life, your upbringing. Where does Masters Montsho come from?
I'm from Rustenburg. People actually know Rustenburg as Klavani.
Okay.
I'm from Rustenburg, but in the rural areas, so they say is the Bundus.
The Bundus,
where I grew up.
Yeah.
Then at a later stage, I went to the urban area, still in Rustenburg.
Yeah.
We relocated there. So, yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
So your family life, siblings, the environment that you grew up in?
Ah man, it was that one. It actually makes me laugh because my parents, both of them were teachers.
All right.
So you know, when your parents are teachers, sometimes people treat you in a certain way. They expect you to be excellent in everything.
Yeah.
That's not always the case.
Yeah.
And at some stage, my mom was teaching in the same school where I was attending. So she's a very strict person.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll put you in order.
Yeah.
And at some stage, she taught me English. Yeah. So, and she expected too much out of me.
Yeah. So there was always pressure on you to excel.
Exactly.
All right. In terms of siblings, can you tell us more about them?
Okay, I've got a brother and a sister. The sister is the eldest.
Okay.
So technically, I'm a last born.
Yeah. No, wonderful. You said both your parents were teachers.
Yes.
I mean, growing up in an environment where both parents are teachers, I'm sure education was a very important aspect of your life growing up.
Exactly. My parents, they were so much strict and they wanted all of us to be educated. I remember when I completed matric and I was telling them I want to be a musician. They said, no. No. You must remember that Mahlatini had just passed on. Or Mahlatini passed on a few years back before then Brenda Fassi then passed on.
Oh.
And both those two characters, they didn't have money at the time when
they passed on. Oh.
Exactly. So now people had to pledge, put some money, donate, just to assist their families.
So there was a perception around musicians that if you're a musician, you're going to die poor, no matter how successful
you can be.
Yeah.
I remember in my first year at tertiary or second year, second year actually, I came home with a keyboard that I bought by myself, for myself. And then they asked me one question. As I was celebrating, I was saying, Mom, do you see this keyboard? I bought it. Then she chuckled a bit at me. Then from there she said, do you think you're going to feed your family with this? Then I was shut down.
Dreams dead.
Dreams dead because I was expecting her to celebrate.
Yeah. And you hadn't even asked her for the money. You made your own plans and you bought it with your own money.
Exactly. Because you must remember that I had an opportunity to learn keyboard.
Yeah.
I had always loved music. In the very early days, when I was at primary, you know, at home we had a veranda. So on Sunday, I used to listen to jazz. You know, Sunday afternoon they'll play jazz.
Yeah.
Then I would sit on the veranda, let my hands roll on the veranda.
Wow.
That's how I admired piano.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we got to the rural, to the urban areas, my neighbors were the church people. So I got introduced to them, and then eventually I accepted Christ through them. Then that's where I learned the piano at church.
Wow, wow. So
out of that, I made sure that creates business for me. I managed to raise funds to buy that keyboard.
Okay. So, I mean, music has always been part of you.
Yeah.
Going into your business now, you mentioned that you're an entrepreneur. Are you still within the same field?
Exactly, I'm still within the same field, but it's actually a little bigger now. It's no longer playing keyboard only. Yes, the live band part is there.
Yeah.
And then the supply of musical equipment, we call it backline.
Yeah.
And sound system, a stage, lighting. Yeah, live recordings as well.
What's the name of your company?
My company is Harmony Entertainment.
Harmony Entertainment.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that name?
A very interesting one. Harmony actually is a direct translation of my name. My first name is Tsolanang,
Tsolanang, okay.
which means be in harmony.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. No, it's very harmonious. I can see. All right. And how old is the company?
The company now is 12 years.
12 years. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's, I mean, they say most companies, most startups don't make it past the first year. So, I mean, if you're going into your 12th year, it means there's a lot that you're doing right.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's a lot that I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you're learning?
I would say mentorship is the best thing that can happen to you. I decided to get a business mentor so that I can learn certain things that I cannot go and learn at school. For example, I may not have the budget to do an MBA.
Yeah.
But because now I've got someone who's advanced in business, he's teaching me certain things.
All right. So, Mr. Montsho, what are some of the things that you've learned from your business mentor?
You're looking at sales, sales/marketing. This guy will tell you that you need to make money. Doesn't matter what product you have.
Yeah.
Make money out of it.
Yeah.
He tells me that a journey of 1,000 miles is not achieved on one day.
Yeah.
So you start with whatever you have and grow from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a wise man. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, exactly. So, most importantly, sales and marketing are good for business to make it sustainable. Because if you don't have sales, then you don't have money. Yeah.
Sales translate into revenue. Yeah, and I mean cash flow and all of that. In terms of education, what did you study? Did you study?
Okay. Wow. I actually ran away from this question because it exposes me so much. Yeah. And sometimes it looks like it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay. My first diploma, formal training was diploma in finance.
Okay.
Diploma in accounting, in actual fact.
Yes.
That's what I studied. And then I completed. I did serve the articles. Completed the articles.
Wow.
Now I'm actually a designated, what we call business professional accountant.
Okay.
Or rather business accountant.
Okay.
So I can sign the books.
Oh, wow.
I can do books from the scratch,
Yeah.
even sign them, and give you a financial statement. Oh. Yeah, that's another part that I've learned. And then I studied piano. Or rather music.
Formally?
Formally.
Okay.
I started doing part-time classes when I was doing first year, studying accountancy. Then from there, I quitted. I went full-time into the business. I mean, music. Studied music. Then music at the school that I was at, or rather the college, was shut down. So when I asked my parents to go to a better college, which was JC at the time, it's here in Joburg. So they said, do you want to bring another fly by night? Never.
This music thing of yours.
This music thing of yours, we don't understand it. We try to support you, but now, you know. So now you have to stay for a year. Think what you want to be, what you want to do in life, or else go and finish this accounting. In any way, you dropped out at second and a half year. So it's too short to complete. So that time, it was in December. The following year, I had to go either accounting and complete, or rather stay at home for a year. Think of what I can do.
The choices.
It was very hard.
Yeah,
it was tense at home because I wasn't happy. But then, previously, before then, I joined a group called Prestige Sevens. Okay. It was led by a guy called Sekwati, SK. He's now late. He used to sing for Joy Celebration and stuff like that. But at that time, he was in a competition called Coca-Cola
Popstar.
Popstar.
I remember
Yeah,
that
that one.
competition, yeah.
So by the time he wasn't available for the team, the guys or his band members would call me. Actually, one was assigned to call one good musician at the music school, who were the schoolmates. So he was assigned to check a good pianist so that he can assist them when squad or SK is not available.
And you were that man.
And I was that man. So it worked out. So I said, in January, I said, you know what? I cannot go and study music. My parents won't give me that opportunity now. I have to finalize my finance qualification. So I said, because I'm working with this band, let me rather go and finish this diploma because I'm still active musically.
Yes.
So I took that decision.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so I also studied sound engineering.
Wow.
So yeah, those knobs, it's not like the DJs. You go up and down and tweak there.
There's a science behind it.
Yeah, there's a science. There's a mind that you have to apply around that. I went and studied at Academy of Sound Engineering in Joburg, there by Auckland Park.
Yes, I'm familiar with the school.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, as I'm listening to your story, it's almost like a balance of your passion and more something more stable, such as accounting.
Exactly.
So, but was the accounting to make your parents happy, and then the music to make yourself happy?
Definitely, that's how it was. My parents wanted this formal thing that will make you money, that will make you stable as a family man, possibly in the future.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up doing accounting. Actually, they said to me, you want this music thing, but music is unstable.
Yeah.
You're not going to feed your family out of that.
Yeah.
So now, all you can do, take any course in commerce, because you're doing commerce at the time when I was doing matric. So I wanted auditing, but they could not allow me because of my marks. Then the option that I had was accounting. Then I did it. Luckily, it has got auditing inside as part of the subject. So I enjoyed it.
Wonderful. I mean, in your business, you supply sound equipment, you organize events, and there's aspects of music and accounting in your business. Because I mean, I'm guessing that it's also a very cash flow heavy type of business. You need to keep your eye on the numbers so that you're profitable at the end of the day.
Exactly. You see, I did not love to do accounting, definitely, or rather commerce thing. I wanted to go hard music.
Yeah.
But now, this is where I am grateful for my parents to push, whereby they were pushing me to do this thing. Because there's this thing, or the verse rather, that says, all things work together for good. Yeah. So it did not seem like it will work for good at that time, but eventually now, it's really working. I'm able to apply the accounting and management skills that I've learned from finance diploma. I'm applying it in my business.
Wow. And
it's really working out. I can read the financial statement. Yes, I do have an accountant because you cannot heal yourself as a doctor. I'm a qualified accountant. I do all those things. However, I'm retired. Let me bring that point. When I say that, people laugh at me. They say, dude, what's wrong with you? You're still here. But I chose intentionally to retire as an accountant because I want to have life. Yeah. You can have money and not have life, then it's pointless. So the accounting thing is helping me in the business. I'm able to manage the finances well and to discuss financials with the accountant. Ask questions that are relevant
questions.
Yes.
Wow, wonderful. I mean, to other aspirant entrepreneurs, especially in the arts field, would you advise them to go in a similar route where you get some foundational business knowledge and then merge it with your artistic talent and skills?
Definitely I would, because going into what I've learned on my experience as a financial accountant, most businesses die prematurely because of lack of management in terms of finance. Entrepreneurs, for example, they use only one bank account, which is the bank account of the business. And truly speaking, the bank account of the business is the bank balance of the business. If you are an entrepreneur, you must separate your life from the life of the business. Have 2 separate accounts. Have your salary that is going to your business.
Yeah.
I mean, to your personal account. And whatever personal matter, you spend out of it.
Out of your personal account.
Out of your personal account.
Not out of the business account.
Not out of the business account. Now, most entrepreneurs, they do the opposite. They spend out of the business account. And if you see 100,000 coming into your business account, it's not yours. It's the business.
It belongs to the business.
Yeah. What is yours legally and anyhow, it should be your salary.
Yeah. So even as an entrepreneur, because a lot of entrepreneurs, as you say, their salary, they see the business bottom line as their salary, which is not the case.
Which is not the case. If you are doing that, you are running down the business to the drain.
Yeah.
I happen to notice that they do a lot of withdrawals, and then if you ask them, because most of them they don't want to do books per month, so now they'll bring the books after a year. Now, if you ask him about a transaction that has happened 6 months earlier, they can't explain. This guy has just withdrawn 30,000 in June. Perhaps you are in February next month. In June last year, he withdrew 50,000. In August, 30,000. In November, 20, 10, and 5,000. You ask him what has happened. Why were you withdrawing this? What were you doing with this money? He can't answer.
He can't answer. Because he's been treating it like a personal account.
Exactly.
Wow, there's some good financial advice for entrepreneurs out there.
Yeah. So definitely I would advise them to get something in terms of management of the business. It can be a course in marketing, it can be a course in finance, it can be a course in management, still okay. Just to be able to manage their things well, because they'll be exposed to certain things that can help them. For example, management, we talk about planning, leading, organization, and control. Those are the 4 keys in terms of management. And then while you are still learning out of this, there's an aspect that they introduce finance. There's controls, then they introduce finance.
Wow.
So you will learn about the management of the people. You will learn about, so they say it's HR. There's just an introduction to HR. It will help you how to deal with people, what you need in terms of HR.
So it gives you like an overview.
Exactly. Of the business.
The top overview.
Yeah.
I'm sensing there's a business mentor in you.
Definitely, I'm actually working on that. I've been mentoring 1 or 2 guys, but informally so.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something that I'm really looking into. Yeah, because that's my passion.
Wow.
In fact, my passion is to see other people succeeding.
Wow.
Yeah. What matters the most from me is to develop another person.
Wow, beautiful, man.
Yeah.
In terms of some of your clients in your business, who are they, and how are you able to garner the clients that you are garnering?
Okay, I've got different kind of clients. For example, I've got churches. I've got individuals. I've got corporate like Saika. I've got artists. For example, Lady Zama. Mabongi, Ngeba, just to name a few.
Wow, wow, beautiful.
And then it's not always like whether I'm going to follow one streamline, let's say gospel or what. No, I do different kinds of artists.
And which I mean, you've mentioned this. The entertainment sector, like secular entertainment sector, there is church, there is corporates. Which do you find to be the quote-unquote easiest, or the ones that gives you the less stress in terms of managing and actually providing the service?
Yeah, I would say corporate and secular, they are much manageable, because these guys, they know business. They don't have time to waste. You'll never hear someone bringing you and putting you in a corner for 2 hours meeting and you come out with nothing. And he'll forever be asking for the discount and trying to pour in scriptures. He'll tell you the love of money. Now my brother, you love money too much. No, my brother, you can't. Give me a born again quotation or rather invoice. That thing does not exist. Business is business.
There's no border get quotation.
Exactly, there is none like that. In fact, the Bible also states that money answers all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wonderful.
So cash is key.
Cash is so no discount. Bazalar.
Yeah. Bazalar always one discount, and sometimes it's just traumatic. They traumatize us.
All right. You mentioned that you love seeing people succeed.
Exactly.
And as I said, I see a mentor in you, even in the way that you speak and the passions that you obviously have. Is this what inspired your book?
Exactly.
The ABCs of Life.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you just take us through the inspiration and what the content is actually of the book?
This is an amazing book that I wrote a few years ago called The ABCs of Life. Most importantly, it's part 1.
Part 1.
Meaning there's volumes that are still going to come out of it. Yeah.
Wonderful.
What inspired me the most is that I love developing others. Development. You know, when I was still an accountant, there was something that we called continuous development.
Yes.
They give you an update of what, in terms of the tax laws, compliance. So from time to time, you'll have workshops, you'll have updates, so that you are on point.
So because as the business environment changes, you need to change as well and grow with it.
Yeah. Now, even in the personal life, you need to keep on updating. I remember that, I've got a phone called iPhone. So, when the update comes, let's say you are on version 9, when version 10 comes and you don't want, it sends you the signal. If you don't want to, it shuts down certain things. Like your WhatsApp sometimes may not give you may not be able to download the pictures, but the WhatsApp may come in. So it shows that you are behind. Do something.
If you want to keep performing, keep at the level that you want to be.
Exactly.
Update.
Yeah, update.
So it's the same in life.
So it's the same in life.
Wow.
So that's how I approach life. So you need to keep on updating yourself, developing yourself.
Wow.
Now the book it talks about the basics of life. Hence it's called the ABCs of life.
Oh,
yeah, the fundamentals of life. I always get a question from people: how do you make it? How do you make it to be successful? And my simplest answer is that I take look. I'm keen on the basics.
And what are some of the basics that you speak about in this book?
I'm talking about purpose, which is critical, focus, planning, education, competition. Those are some of them.
Okay, wonderful. I mean, when you say purpose, what do you define purpose to be? Purpose
is what you are meant to be in life. Not what the others want you to be. Like, for example, my parents wanted me to be this professional person. Well, it's not wrong for them to dream that way, because I believe that parents and older people, they want what's best for their kids, which is very good. But it matters what you want to be in life.
And I mean, for instance, in your own life, there was the practical thing, Sometimes what seems practical is not equivalent to your purpose.
Exactly.
So for you studying accounting, albeit it has helped you in your journey, but it wasn't your purpose.
Definitely.
Although it seemed practical.
Yeah.
What would you say to those individuals who have a sense of what their purpose is, but it does not seem practical? What would you say to that person?
I'll say dig more into it and then get a mentor. My next book has got a chapter in terms of mentoring. It's the ABCs. I'm not sure whether it's the ABCs of life or the ABCs of business, because I'm running with the theme, the ABCs.
Okay.
Yeah, you also have the ABCs of life and the ABCs of business.
Okay.
Possibly there might be ABCs of relationship. Or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm on this theme. ABCs.
The ABCs.
Yeah, basics.
The basics.
Yeah, don't go too far.
Yeah.
The basics.
Get the basics right and everything will turn out
exactly.
all right.
So I'll say get mentorship.
Yeah.
Explain to the mentor what do you want
to
achieve in life, or do you think your purpose is, and the mentor will be able to guide you through. Because mentorship is like this. What you can achieve in let's say by yourself in 3 years, with mentorship you can achieve with 1 year.
Wow.
That person will guide you. Remember, if you choose a mentor, that person must not be your competitor. That person must be matured in age, must have been exposed to certain things. If it's been in business or in life in general. So that person should not even have to compete with you. So that he can give you information. He can. It's like rain flowing into your head, or in the shower. The water flowing into your head. That's how you'll get the information from the mentor.
I mean, that's a very interesting aspect. I mean, and its mentorship seems to be a recurring theme here.
Exactly.
When people have succeeded, right? And someone said yourself, you say there are people that you are mentoring. I mean, that aspect of competing with people that you're supposed. What would you say to people who have excelled, and are people that need mentorship from them, but they have a sense like, what if I give these people information or knowledge or whatever, and they excel even better than me? I mean, there are people who have those types of mentalities. What would you say to them?
I'll say, look, if you empower someone and he excels, you have done a great job.
It's a reflection on you as well.
Exactly. You are able to say, that man, I was able to develop him. I was able to give him knowledge. And look at him. He's doing wonders. So you should be proud of it. If I develop someone in terms of sound engineering and he does the best, and like he sounds far much better I get excited. Because at least I've got a product that I can show off.
And somebody who you know, after you're gone, they will still be living a there will be your part of your legacy. There'll be somebody that people can point to and say, Mr. Montsho helped develop that particular entrepreneur.
Exactly.
All right. I mean, you mentioned the ABCs of relationships, which I think you must, right? You are a husband and a father. So just tell us a little bit about your family life.
Okay, I'm a husband to a beautiful wife. The most beautiful wife in the earth you can ever find. All the others are second. And a cute little girl.
Wow.
I love her to bits. She wakes me up sometimes in the awkward hours, but I'm able to laugh with her, play with her, because she brings joy into my heart. I never knew that I can laugh like that up until I become a dad. And what are some of the changes that the dynamics of being a husband and a father, what have they brought from a psychological point of view or emotional point of view, even the impact that they've had on your entrepreneurship? Okay, there's been good going. My wife, let's say for example, is a family-oriented person. So she wants you to be there. She wants you to provide, you know. And then when you are making decisions as a businessman, when you invoice, if this person is telling my brother, give me, you can give me that born again invoice. You can already see if this person is below this threshold, there's no way you can take that job. Just leave it. Maybe there'll be someone who will help him, but for you or for me, I can't, because I know that I've got employees in the business to pay salaries. I've got suppliers, and I've got my salary, and then out of my salary, I've got dependents. So when you invoice, they come to mind as well, that I've got a wife and a kid. Exactly. And the responsibilities. That's the responsibilities, and that actually as well, a kid, you know, a kid is fully dependent on you. So whatever you do, you make sure that you can provide for the kid.
Wonderful.
So that means your bottom line must stay properly.
Must stay healthy.
Exactly.
Harmony Entertainment is 12 years old. Where do you see it going in the next 10 years?
Wow. Harmony will be very big. Actually, any event that will happen, Harmony must have a stake on it. That's how big
Yeah.
Harmony will be
Wow.
in the next 10 years.
Wow.
We may not have everything,
Yeah.
but the company that is appointed will definitely come and outsource something
From
from Harmony. It can even outsource even the skills
Yeah.
to do that certain part of the business.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Mr. Masters Montsho, it's been a pleasure having you here, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Just one thing, in terms of the book, the ABCs of Life, where can people find the book?
At this moment, the book is not in stores. You can just inbox me on Facebook. My profile name is Masters Montsho, Masters, Masters with the S.
Yeah.
Space Montsho. Inbox me what you need or how many copies you need, then we can take it from there. And then also
Your business details?
my business details is Harmony Entertainment. We've got a Facebook page as well. It's Harmony Entertainment. And then the direct line is 012-752-7378. And then in terms, you can also have the email address, which is info@harmonyent.co.za. So you send the email for whatever you need, or to my personal, which is Masters Montsho, montsho.tc@gmail.com.
Once again, thank you so much.
But just to break the two, montsho.tc is for personal or for the ABCs.
Okay.
And the others is for business in terms of what we are doing in the entertainment business.
All right. No, wonderful. I'm sure you got all those details. Meneer, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Wonderful. That was Mr. Masters with an S. Montsho, and you've been watching Talk with Confidence right here on Global Conference Television. Eitada.